Hello, Vinyl community. This is Randy. Back today with another video. Today, I am going to be doing the 2026 Americana tag. Americana tag created by Americana Sam. I guess that makes sense. I've been challenged to do this tag by Chris at RekkidTalk. So thanks for the challenge, Chris. And I am going to try to answer all of these prompts. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to leave a link to Sam's video with all the prompts and his answers to the prompts down there in the description. So check that out. And I guess I'll show that anybody who's watching me already is familiar with Sam. He listens to a lot of Americana. He listens to a lot of other stuff too. So, okay, let's get started here. The first one, favorite Americana album of 2025. For me, that is going to be this Jorma Kaukonen album. Jorma Kaukonen, the name of this is Wabash Avenue. And what we're seeing on the front of this is a package that he mailed to himself at Wabash Avenue in San Jose, California back in 1962, maybe 63, of some shows that he had played there in San Jose. Maybe it's more like 65. The date stamp on this looks like 65. So this is, before he joined Jefferson Airplane. And this is just Jorma with an acoustic guitar and a small setting. It was really surprising when I heard this because a couple of things. He sounds exactly like he does today. If you've ever listened to Jorma, you'll know that he has a tendency, he'll sing a line and then he kind of hums. After he gets done with that line, kind of hums between that and the next line. He was doing that way back then. I thought that was an affectation that he had probably just picked up in the past, 40 years or so. But he was doing it in 1965. And the other thing that surprised me about it was the crowd reaction. I thought it would just be a little bit of stray applause here and there. But it sounds more like it's a real crowd, like, hundreds of people in there, or at least maybe 100 people in there. So kind of surprising. So these are just records that he recorded. Like I say, these recordings from back in 65. Let's see if I can see the exact year on here. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it real easy. Another cool thing about this record, beautiful purple translucent vinyl. Here's what the actual reels look like that they recorded it on. I guess he was going by Jerry back then. Jerry Kaukonen. Or, I might be confused about that. He might have a brother named Jerry. I'll have to do some research into that. So anyway, but that's what those inner sleeves look like. Favorite used Americana find. I picked up this Jackson Browne album this year. Running on Empty. It's kind of a live album. It's recorded throughout the United States in hotel rooms and sometimes on stage. Sounds really good. Has the big hit songs Running on Empty and The Loadout, Stay. So now I just need to get the Pretender to complete my Jackson Browne collection. And that one is on, what is that on? Elektra? Asylum Records. Okay. A record showing an acoustic instrument on the cover. Seals and Crofts. One of them has his guitar in the bag, but you can see the mandolin there. I'm not sure which is which. I'm not sure which one is Seals and which one is Crofts. What a fantastic album this is, though. That's one that I got on Black Friday, Record Store Day. Sounds excellent. Has all those fantastic Seals and Crofts tunes. Showing Americana record that turns 50 in 2026. In 1976, Hot Tuna released Hopcorp. Hot Tuna was a trio. Jack Cassidy, Jorma Kaukonen, and drummer Bob Steeler. This is more electric, really, but Hot Tune I think of as an Americana band. So this is their album that they released that year. Really cool inner sleeve. I think that's on Grunt Records, the Jefferson Airplanes label. Okay, favorite acoustic ballad. I'm not sure I've really had a favorite acoustic ballad before, but if I had to pick one, I'm sure I would want to choose it from this Jerry Garcia Before the Dead collection. This is a 5-record box set with a whole lot of music on it. These are all very early recordings of Jerry Garcia when he was playing acoustic guitar and also playing with a jug band. So this is definitely all, this would be proto-Americana, I think. And there is a song on here that's called The Man Who Wrote Home Sweet Home Never Was a Married Man. So I haven't actually listened to all 5 records of this yet, but I'm going to someday. I'm saving it for the right time. And I'm sure when I get around to hearing it, I will really enjoy The Man Who Wrote Home Sweet Home Never Was a Married Man. So, Jerry Garcia. Let's see. Show record whose album cover is worse than the music. Oh, I wanted to show you this Jerry Garcia book. So that's Jerry on the front there. You can see that cool drawing, and there's just all kinds of really good pictures in here. There he is with his first wife, Sarah. Fantastic photos in here. Okay, show record whose cover is worse than the music. I don't really have an Americana record like that, but jazz is American form of music. I just can't think of I can think of worst album covers. There are worst album covers. But this one is really pretty bad. This is a new conception by Sam Rivers. This is a really cool album because on this one, Sam Rivers, who's pretty avant-garde, does jazz standards. So for me, that's really good. I like hearing a song that I can recognize, even though some of these are kind of hard to recognize with Sam Rivers playing them. I don't know who chose that cover, though. I would assume that the woman who is pictured there hates it. I suppose Sam Rivers hates it. Somebody must have liked it. But anyway, that's my cover that's worse than the music inside. Americana record by, that's a Blue Note record. Americana record by a woman. Jessie Sykes. Jessie Sykes is the singer for The Third Mind, but she also has a band called The Sweet Hereafter. This was a Black Friday Record Store Day record that I got, and it is absolutely fantastic. She is really just outstanding. I've become a huge fan of Jessie Sykes. And that one is on this extremely cool blue vinyl. Well, Sam, if you haven't heard Jessie Sykes, I'd really like to recommend her to you. Favorite American tune? Favorite American tune of 2025? Is that what I said? Favorite American? I guess it's supposed to be my favorite American song of 2025. I don't know if I really have one, but my favorite some of my favorite songs, though, I don't know if I have them for 2025, but one that I figured I would show Sam is this Beautiful Dreamer. This is a compilation of songs by Stephen Foster, recorded by modern artists. I got this because it has Roger McGuinn singing I Dream of Jeannie. But there's all kinds of great artists on here. Tons of information. There's Stephen Foster. I think he was America's first popular songwriter. It's mostly all words inside here. Very cool. Other than that, it's all words. Another CD I wanted to show you was Chris Christopherson. I went to see him when he was touring behind this album. This Old Road. Saw him at the Ryman. He came out on the stage with his acoustic guitar. He'd play a song for a while, play maybe a verse or two, and then he'd just sort of stop and tell some stories about it and stuff. It's just so outstanding. And, you know, I just asked myself, if the Ryman Auditorium were to ask any current performer who has a record in the top 10 in America to come and perform at the Ryman with, you know, just an acoustic guitar or just whatever instrument they play, I don't think there's any artist in the current top 10 who would take that challenge, especially if they told him you're also not going to be able to auto-tune your voice. This is going to be you. I think any number of Americana stars would take that challenge. They'd be happy to take it. But most of these people in the top 10 today, I mean, I don't even know what they would do if they walked out there, if they couldn't, you know, I guess they would just sort of dance around to a pre-recorded track. So if they didn't have a pre-recorded track, I don't know what most of these performers would do today. But I don't have to worry about it because I'm not going to go see them. Underappreciated American artists, I'm going to say Jesse Sykes again. Share an American record by an artist not from the U.S. I don't have one. Challenge another channel. This is probably my favorite question because this gives me a chance to get Happy Hippie back into the video making game. Happy Hippie has made a couple videos in the past couple months, but most of these bailed on us for the past year or so. Happy Hippie, the vinyl guy, was DJing Americana music before Americana Sam was even a glint in his father's eye. So Happy Hippie, the vinyl guy, that's my challenge to you, is to do this tag. So that's it. I don't know if you can hear any of it in the background, but we have been listening to Matt LaJoy in the background. That's a fantastic, I don't know if it's so dark you can't even see it, but there is actually some very cool artwork on the front of that. All right, that's it, Sam. Thanks for coming up with the tag, and I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for watching.